Saturday.
There you go.
Or Friday.
Okay, July 16th, 2025, Wednesday noon, we are starting the Park and Recreation Committee. May we have a roll call?
Okay. Flower?
Here.
Ferrer? Monday?
Here.
Sharp? Here. Vincent?
Here.
Teplick, notified me she was not gonna be able to attend today. And Miles.
I'm not good
Miles.
at names either. Here.
Thank you. You have a form.
Thank you. There's one change to the consent agenda under C, unfinished business. We're taking off for right now the farmer's market, and Jeff can speak during public comment. And with that, Kim, is there any remarks you'd like to make before we start?
Before we do that, we're also gonna add, after public comment, a new agenda item for commissioner comments. So every other committee, commission has the ability, you guys do talk and you express, but we're just gonna make it a more formal spot at the end of the meeting for you to have your own comments and
And we can
questions.
discuss anything or
Anything.
just what's happened
Nope,
in the
anything.
meeting, anything we want.
But
Anything you want
We
related
gotta
to
keep
the
within
parks.
limitation of a few minutes as opposed to.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, and it should be related obviously to the parks,
Right.
but if you have concerns about other issues, so. As far as what I have, if we don't actually have a place for that, I should probably add that to, city staff. But remember this, creek issue that Illy had put out where the one side on the other side of the bridges had, he said this and he said they had cut into and narrowed the trail. Shortly after we reported, told the guys, they went in and they widened the trail. So, so they cut all the debris, so the trail's a lot wider. I don't know if at this point that they did anything about it slipping away, but they did widen the trail, so it does make it more safe for them to get in there. So, I need to find out if they ended up doing
I'll
this.
tell Donna to come check it out again.
Do what?
I'll let Donna know to come check it out.
So they did work on it, they got a new, maintenance, guy who's in parks, he's worked in landscaping. So I know they were working on it, but I don't know if they got the logs in yet.
Okay.
But I will find out for sure. The other thing I just wanted to point out is that National Night Out, you have a flyer. So on August 5th, those bounce houses pictures are what's going to be here.
Excellent.
The boat is for the kids, the other one is for adults and kids.
Mhm.
I also this week ordered, we're going to have a ring toss carnival game. We're gonna have a tic-tac-toe carnival game, and I've got popcorn machine and supplies coming.
Okay.
So, plus, I talked to North Lincoln, they will be there, the Coast Guard will be there. They'll bring, the swap truck.
Nice.
They'll bring everything that we had
Right.
last year, we're just gonna have more events and games.
Are they still gonna do the harbor again, the boat that people went in and out of?
The Coast Guard tour, yes.
Okay.
Yep, I've been waiting to hear exactly what the Coast Guard wants to do. They
Okay.
wanted to do more this year, but they haven't told me what it is yet, so.
Okay.
I'm trying to get Samaritan Health back to do the helmet
Right.
giveaway, that's always really popular. Samantha from Lincoln County Emergency Management will be there. Our emergency preparedness folks will have a table. And I was also trying to find somebody else I emailed about having a table. So I think it'll be a really good, really fun event. We run into a little bit of snag, Kathy will probably be unlikely be there. She usually has a food handler permit. So I talked to Dylan and he says he might renew his or his deli bag.
What about Zoe, if you have one?
That's my backup.
Okay.
So, but that's on a Tuesday night, I don't know if she
Right.
works on a Tuesday, I think she's off Wednesdays and Thursdays, so. I would have to ask her, but
Okay.
that's the backup plan, but anyway, so that's what's going on. I do need some people to volunteer to, we'll probably put the two games side by side. And, I'll probably have little prizes for them. So somebody to watch those, somebody, we could put the popcorn machine up by where the food will be, so
Right,
we'll have volunteers to help with the food. The bounce houses will be managed by their monitors,
Right.
so that we won't have to do anything about that. So the event starts at 3:30, we'll probably meet at 2:00
Mhm.
down at the park to start getting set up.
okay,
I can send you guys the design, the setup is essentially the same as it was last year, where everybody will be essentially where they were, except I am moving North Lincoln over inward more.
Mhm.
Because they're going to do, they have games they do, and apparently the guys are really bummed because they love to participate, so they wanna be right in the thick of things.
perfect,
Plus, we're also going to see if we can have them bring some compost buckets, and we're gonna talk to people about, composting and mixed composting to try to increase the awareness of that program.
sure,
So they've got a couple things planned, so I think it'll be a lot of fun, so.
excellent,
Also some really, important information to get out to the community, was presented last night at the city council regarding the new recyclables.
Yes.
So hopefully they'll be highlighting that also.
Right, and they did send me that information this
Awesome.
morning, I just haven't gotten it posted to the
I
website
wish
yet.
I wish the meeting would have been Monday because my recycling was already out and my garbage, and I wasn't gonna go dig through my
Yeah.
garbage for yogurt containers.
I don't eat yogurt, so I'm safe, but what I found interesting is I didn't know those, fruit containers are called clamshells. I don't know what the heck I thought clamshells were, but those are definitely not
Yeah,
recycling.
no, that's always been the case.
But, so anyways, Spare Spoons and Rules, I will get that stuff posted to the website, and, they're gonna probably bring, they'll have a table, and they'll probably bring documents and things, information for residents to try to get it out. I'm trying to talk them also for Depot Bay to do another, fall cleanup event like they did the spring one, because people, it was very successful. And I'm sure that with things people can do and cleaning up over the summer, there might be more. They haven't did that yet, so.
So by fall cleanup, you mean, and referring to spring cleanup, you mean where we can put stuff out on the street?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be so cool.
I'm trying to see if I can get them to do it again, like in October.
I threw my back out that week and I couldn't get stuff
Oh,
even
you
out
can't
this
get it
year.
I got a lot of stuff.
It's my favorite day of the year.
Yeah, actually, the reason I'm trying to get it is because I have so much fun getting rid of all my crap. And then you feel so good to get it rid, I don't have another one. So anyway, those were just some of the things that, I'm working, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. No, I don't think there's anything else, I think that's it.
okay. And we'll go into letter C, unfinished business, we are gonna be moving, like I said, the farmer's market is removed, and Jeff can talk about that during public comment, anything to update us? So we're on to unfinished business crab feed.
So, at the last meeting that we held down at the park, I volunteered to meet with Kathy to begin to outline things and sort of get a direction that we could start looking at. I apologize if anyone thought that I was stepping up to say that I was going to take that on as a lead person. That was never my intention. I've made it clear though that I would be happy to work with someone else on that. I've never hosted a food event. Maybe after I get one under my belt, I'd be happy to take it on after that, but for now, that was not my intention. And unfortunately, because of Kathy's health situation, our first meeting got canceled. She rescheduled it for this morning at 10, and yesterday that got canceled. So I have no update on that whatsoever.
Well, the update pretty much is gonna be, I've had conversations with different people, and no one's really gonna take point without Kathy assisting. The city doesn't really wanna do it, so it's probably not going to happen this year.
Okay, that was
Yeah.
what I was kind of thinking too,
It just,
because Kathy just is not in
No.
a position to lead anything right now. Now, again, if she wanted to direct, if she could do that from a chair,
it's not gonna.
I'd be happy to work with that, but okay, so we're gonna table the.
Yeah,
for
reason
another
being
year.
is we also do have to have, and I was one of those people that was thinking you wanted to take it on as an appointed person, because without having that person, that point person, we're not doing it. You know, because, and Kathy cannot.
Well, I don't think it has to be a point person, I think it can be a shared responsibility.
I do too,
but
if you can get the
regardless-
people to,
Right,
but as of this point, and if it's the mayor situation, it's just, we're gonna table it for now. That's all we can
so
do.
do we wanna take a look at it again, say maybe in September, and see if anybody, how the group feels at that point about going forward?
That would be a good idea, Kim. Can you make a
Yeah, I mean, I
note,
can-
make a note of that?
I would just make a note to bring it,
Yeah, bring it back, we'll see how everybody's doing.
Right, let's do that, that gives Kathy, that gives us all a little time to see how Kathy's doing, it gives people time to think about it.
Right.
Again, if anybody here on the committee wants to work with me, preferably somebody who's done some sort of food
Right.
event, that would be great.
And whoever does do this, understand the fact that the group is gonna be responsible for not only the event itself, everything from parking to shirt to merchandise, but to also getting the crabs, the pricing and
Right,
everything falls into that purview. So it's a lot,
it is a lot.
and I'm just, letting you know, because the city cannot take an active, as of right now. Maybe in September will change, but possibly not, so we'll just revisit it then. But it's, whoever decides to do this, and even as a group, it's a lot. Having done it a couple of years ago through the chamber at that time, it was supposed to be like, get together a couple times a week. It was every day. I mean, you really have to, you own it. But, with that being said, our prayers go to the mayor and, for a speedy recovery. Any other comments about the postponing of the crab feed? Okay. Under new business, we have none. And now it's time for public comment.
Oh, that would be me,
Your update.
okay.
You being public.
Well, so far so good. I have, put together a little flyer and I visited, several of the, adjacent farmers markets, Sunday, Friday, Saturday, and gotten a lot of good response. People are signing up. I have a check that I can't cash because it's made out to Depoe Bay Thursday Market.
oh,
There's no Depoe Bay Thursday.
not yet
Market.
anyway, right?
Yeah. So, one of the things that, my wife asked me to clarify is just exactly, who would they make the check out to? I don't want them to make it out to Jeff Land and then, have a problem in some fashion. Should they make it out to City of Depoe Bay?
The point of this is to pay the fees, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so what we can do is you can have them make it out to the city of Depoe Bay, and I'll have Gina help, and we'll keep a spreadsheet
Oh,
of the
okay.
payments and apply it against the charges, and whatever's left, we can discuss how you wanna do this as a group.
I have a manager
Okay?
that's gonna get $75 per event.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 food vendors. Nate's Barbecue, down there in Newport.
Is
And,
it good?
what's that?
Nate's Barbecue, is it good? I haven't had any good barbecue in a long
I've heard
time.
it's really good.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I have heard it.
It's good also.
Yeah.
Well, you guys nodded, so you've obviously heard of it, so.
I had barbecue.
Yeah, I'm getting I was told to get $100 deposit from food vendors. Get a
Absolutely.
little skin in the game, and he said, okay. And I told him when they showed up, I'd give them $100 worth of supplies to sell, piece of brisket or something.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick to interject, they would have to have their food handling license, correct?
Oh, yeah, you guys have to go through the linking. The food vendors should.
They already know that?
Yeah.
Okay.
They have a
Yeah, I
food truck, don't they?
assume.
Yeah,
Aren't they a food truck?
Yeah.
yeah, they should be.
That's what they're bringing in, they're bringing in a trailer,
Okay, perfect.
with a smoker.
Perfect.
Yeah,
As
they're
long as they have-
they're packaged.
Just as long as they have the certificate, where people can see it. they'll be
Sure.
Yeah.
And then, I got a produce guy, at the Shalasan and Sunday market in
Lincoln City.
Newport. There is a, Mexican family that,
They count, for years they've been here,
Yeah.
wonderful
Yeah.
people, yes.
yeah, and they're,
Their produce is
do it.
always good.
they said, and, And the guy's ex-wife, has a, taco, concession as well.
Yeah.
She's gonna do it. And, there you go, I'm just getting more people every day, artists,
saw you got-
photographers, vendors.
I saw you got Out West Photography, he was posting about that online yesterday or the day before.
Oh, great, yeah, my wife, stopped by his place and gave him a flyer, good to hear.
Yeah, he was posting about it, and I think he was holding up some sort of
A flyer?
something,
That
yeah.
little one with the,
I didn't click on it, I follow him, and
Picture of
I've
a,
met him a
otter.
few times, he's wonderful.
and so,
And he loves
yeah,
this
everything's
town.
moving in the right direction, we should have, cash in hand and, be ready to go. I will, work with Kim here to.
Yeah, I'll probably have you work with Jenny, my
Oh,
accounting
okay.
specialist. Her and Jenny can take the money, they can take the money, but we should get the registration forms, so when they fill out, you should have them send in the check and the registration form
Okay,
instead of just the check. And then I can scan and send those to you. We can scan and send those to you so you know who's coming and who's paid. We'll track it.
yeah, getting, the registration forms. The way I've set it up, if you, send an email to, dreamcityuu48@gmail, you get a little introduction saying, thank you very much for your interest. Click on the link below, you click on the link below, and it goes to a G Drive folder
Oh.
that has the application, the rules, and a flyer.
Wow, cool.
And so everybody,
Excellent.
that seems to be working.
That's great.
And then when they do that, I get a notification, hey, this happened, and I go to the sent file for that email address, and I see everybody that sent in a request and got a reply.
Excellent.
And I will change the, message to read, here's how we're gonna take your money. Good to know.
You might also suggest that in the memo on their checks
Yeah.
that they add Thursday market or something, yeah.
Right.
Could you please remind me of the dates? I know I have them, but
28th of August,
8/28,
and 2 weeks later, September 11th,
got it.
don't forget.
We won't forget that date.
A lot of people have, some of the musicians have asked, is there any kind of sound system there? I have a small amp and a microphone for any kind of spoken word, poetry, one-man thing. Is there any kind of?
The city's not gonna have the
Okay.
equipment there, yes, it'll be.
All right, but there'll be a place to plug it in, we're gonna do this on the back porch
Yeah,
of the hall, okay, great.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything, if I get out there early in the Coho lot and flag can I get a couple of cones to flag some parking for the vendors?
On the Cobo lot, I think you mean the Chinook, the one across from the bigger lot across from the community hall.
Yes.
That's fine, just let us know what you need.
that's the dirt, right?
Huh?
The dirt?
No, that's the bigger lot that's across from,
The dirt
Foundation.
parking lot across from.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
well, that's C-Trap. You want the lot across from the community hall, the dirt one, the gravel one.
Yes, that's where
We
the,
can block that one off, yeah.
Okay, yes, I was thinking.
barbecue guy's gonna
Yeah,
set
we can
up
block
and
that
the
off.
farmer guy's gonna set
Yep.
up and some other things. So
Right.
yeah, if I could just have like some cones to put out there.
We can do that, just remind me as we
Okay.
get close to make sure that the guys will get those.
Great, and I'll get as early as I can, get down there and start being there.
Would there be a place that the vendors could unload
Yes,
and then take their
Yes.
vehicles elsewhere?
that's correct, that's the plan.
Oh, okay,
There,
Because if
there's
that's
spot in the
just-
front
yeah,
for
but-
unloading and reloading, take it elsewhere, and then that spot in the front where they unloaded, that will be for the handicap.
okay, but then will the vendors,
Take it off.
if I'm following correctly, you want the vendors to then park for
Across the
the
street.
day across the street?
Yes,
Wouldn't that discourage public? If public comes down and is looking for parking and they've never been to the event before and there's no real convenient parking, I would think a lot of people will just wander off. Is there somewhere that the vendors could unload and then maybe move their vehicles, even if it was, I know when there's big events at the community hall, people just kind of line up parallel parking on the side of the road leading down to the Coast Guard station, but on the,
we're open to, I'm open
I
to
just-
have
I would
a park
just-
anywhere.
I would just hate to see people be discouraged and not stop and see what's going on if
Sure.
there's not
I
easy
don't
parking.
know how much road traffic we get down that road anyway. I was hoping that the signage that the city might set up would advertise it as a walking event. You know, walk down, check it out. The music will be making noise loud enough to be heard from the bridge, and people will say, let's go check that out.
Oh, wait, no, we need to talk about that. You can't have music that is that loud, you can't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a
At
problem.
3:00 in the afternoon?
Yes, because it's a noise ordinance beyond the potential part of it. If you can hear it from the bridge, that's way too loud.
Oh,
You can't do that, that's way too
Okay.
loud. We need to talk about the signage, because the city didn't agree to provide any signage.
And didn't you tell us about,
I thought there was a budget for promotion.
There is a budget for us doing events, and I said we could give you something, but I wasn't
Okay, well,
talking about
I
signage. We
used
should
the
talk
word
about what
signage.
that is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if there's anything we can do to promote it as a walking event.
and Kim, didn't you tell us, in regard to another event, it might have been, something that was going on maybe last summer, that you had found out that we couldn't put, like sandwich boards up on the highway? Did you tell us that there was an issue with that?
Yeah, there is an issue anytime you put anything on ODOT's right away. So, it depends on where you put the sign, and it depends on where, but if you put it on, if we do it as a temporary sign, we could probably get away with it, but, because it would only be up there for one day, but we would have to look at where we would put it. 'Cause
Okay.
it's challenging to do
I can
that.
make a sandwich board
Mhm.
sign.
We would just have to look at where we would put
Okay.
it, so.
Okay, good to
Yeah.
know. Were there any other questions from the group? Okay. Well, we'll figure it out, we'll see what happens. Just,
Yeah, most importantly, just coordinate everything with Ken for, everything, so we don't have to cancel the last minute.
sure.
That's all above board and.
Well, we'll drive off that bridge when we get there.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, thanks so much. And, I'm gonna start taking flyers to the local shops, seeing if they wanna put them in the window.
Yeah,
That
shop
kind of
is,
stuff.
yeah, if they wanna do that.
Okay,
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
I'm good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Monday. Take care.
All right, moving on, commissioner comments. Kenny, anything to add about anything?
The salmon feed,
Mhm.
are we gonna approach anything about the salmon feed? I know we had gotten the crab fair.
Yeah.
We had brought it up.
We're not doing one, again, it's gonna get tabled as well.
Yeah, no, I got it.
That's even a bigger event.
Well, I don't think that the city has ever been approached about us taking that over as a parks project, have they?
that was part of what you guys agreed to
Part of
when you
it.
went and changed to the Parks and
Oh, okay.
Recreation Commission. Remember, the idea was to do the crab feed, see
Right.
how
If it was
you guys
successful.
were able to handle that, and if it was successful, then you would move on to the salmon.
Yeah,
But since we're not doing the crab feed, we're certainly not doing the salmon.
And that was before I joined the commission, and, so forgive me for not knowing that, but, when, I think it was you and Zoe went before city council, and requested permission to do crab feed. Was the salmon bait included in that? No, that was what I was referring to.
no.
Okay,
It was again, kind of the same thing, that they fought us a little bit at first, and it was more or less, if you, one successful, we can talk about the next.
okay, thank you.
Yeah, which
One
makes sense.
more thing.
Yes, sir.
Kim, on the volunteers for just show up at 2:00, is that what you'd like me to do? How would you like?
For National Night Out?
Yes.
Just show up at 2:00 and we'll see what we need to set up by then.
Okay.
Because normally Kathy and Casey set up the
Mhm.
food area, but
Right.
she won't be here to do it,
Right.
so. But
Okay.
Dylan will be there, so I think we set it up the way we always have, which is pretty much the way we always have, the setup that you guys had last during
Right.
Pepperlou's is the same one that was used all the time.
Mhm.
So that makes it easier for us, so I know how many tables and stuff like that.
Does everybody feel they can be there, by the way, or they're gonna be out of town folks, or we're gonna be on vacations? This would be Tuesday, August 5th, it's always the first Tuesday of the month of August. Can you all be there? Okay.
Yeah, unless people, unless the event starts to fail, which I don't think it will be an annual event.
Well, yeah, it's national,
Yeah.
it's everywhere, so.
Yeah. And as long
Okay,
as
we have-
I'm
we have-
willing to keep moving,
we have
keep
3 going so
coordinating.
far. You think you might be able
I'll
to
have
do it?
to check my calendar, but as of right now, I don't foresee there being a
Okay.
problem.
That'd be great. And just, just so you know, everybody knows, and I know if summer comes in the way and other things happen, that it's required by this committee to be at the majority of events, to be on the commission. Or any commission for that matter, to be at the meetings, be at the events and stuff.
Is it?
Correct.
I've never
Yeah.
heard that before.
Me neither.
We did that when Stan was here years ago. I have to double check the notes, but I know it is in Lincoln City, if you miss 3 meetings,
Oh, the meetings, yes.
Meeting.
Those here.
Yeah,
even-
meetings is different.
right, well, even events, I'll talk about it with the mayor and find out, but if you can't be at events and you're not gonna be at events, then think about not being on the committee. It's all about,
I don't think
Being a
that's
part of it.
that's not ours, we should not impose or stuff like that, so.
I'm imposing
It's
myself.
arbitrary.
This is under commission comments, we can say whatever.
You can.
Are
That's-
other
that's this.
commissions and committees, are their volunteers required to participate in all
Not
the
volunteers,
city
we're
events?
not volunteers, I mean,
They,
Well, you're asking us to yes, we're volunteers, we're commissioner volunteers. We're
again,
volunteers.
it brings me back to the same thing, regardless of Lincoln City's the same way, Newport's the same way. If you can't be at events, this is what we're all about. If you're not gonna be at events or don't wanna participate, then think about not being part of it. This isn't just about coming to meetings, it's about actually being participation.
To answer the commissioner's comments about the other thing, they do have a requirement, they can be kicked off if they don't attend meetings, but they don't do events. We're Parks and Recreation Commission, so the recreation part of it, which is generally the events, is considered part and parcel, but there is no requirement that you attend events. It's just
Do
highly encouraged because that's what you're
Right.
doing. It's
Do we have some sort, I think I asked you about this a long time ago, do we have some sort of guidelines that lay out what our expectations are?
It's the bylaws, which I just said, there is nothing in the bylaws that say you guys are required to attend events. But it's highly encouraged, and since you are a Parks and Recreation Commission, it's encouraged for you to attend events that you can.
Makes sense, but I'm just.
But there's
concerned about-
nothing in the bylaws that can be amended or changed if you wish. I can, if the commission would like me to, put something together, propose it, I'm happy to do it, otherwise it's just highly encouraged.
We can talk about it, we'll see what the participation is in the next few events, and if it isn't enough, then we'll go about to voting something possibly put in. Since we can change it.
Because right now, the primary efforts are events, we're not really doing other stuff, so,
Right, exactly,
but it's really, like I said, it's no requirement.
thank you. Any other comments from anybody?
Yes, but I thought we were going around the room.
That's whoever wants to speak,
Oh, okay.
Loretta?
Well, you just threw me for a little bit of a loop there. So one thing in direct regard to what we were just discussing, is there a time that we might want to consider then, if it is considered our responsibility loosely to volunteer at these events? Is there the possibility that National Night Out and Papalooza and things like that might become our projects? In which case then I feel like everyone on the committee would participate in that if it was our committee, or if it was our project. For me, my understanding was always, there are these events, it's always been said, if anyone is available, we can use volunteers. We show up or we don't show up.
So put them under our purview, Pet Palooza and what have you.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can the National Night Out because that's a national event. Kim, any feedback on that? To put them like Pet Palooza with the city and us as our event, an annual event together.
Well, I would like to know what that would look like, because we don't get everybody to volunteer.
Well, that's what I mean.
So.
So it'd be difficult to do.
Right now, I'm the one that's primarily coordinating
Right.
it, and just volunteers show up and help out, and I really appreciate them. But
Yeah, it's difficult to do because.
I don't wanna make it a joint effort if I'm still gonna continue to
Exactly.
do all the work.
I agree, you know, I
Yeah.
think maybe we're putting too much into this, we're overthinking this thing. You know, cause so far it's worked, hasn't it?
Well, it's work, but it's a lot of work on Kim. I mean,
No, I'm kind of about as far as the volunteer go, I think that, you know, the way it's been going. the way-
well, it has, it's work because the same people show up every time. It should be everybody showing up. Obviously, if you have to go out of town, there's business, I get it. If there's something else commitment wise, if you're sick or you're taking care of somebody. But otherwise, that's part of the committee, that's what we do.
I agree.
By the same logic, should we have a standards where everyone needs to go to the city park every week to check the premises, because parks is part of our mandates, so.
If you wanna bring that up,
I
you can bring that to a vote,
Yeah, no, I'm not a busybody, that's what busybodies do.
so that's up to you. But, yeah, I get your point, Kim, so we leave it as is, whoever shows, shows.
I would also like to add to that, on several occasions, I've mentioned to Kim privately that I would be more than happy to assist her in the planning of that, the organizing of that, any of those kind of things. And so that support does exist, should it be desired.
Thank you.
Then a couple other things I have is, I'm wondering, I know that this has been brought up at city council before, but it would be wonderful if Depoe Bay had a newsletter that went out to some sort of a listserv, like so many cities have. I hear a lot of people say that they didn't know something was even happening. So posting on Facebook, there's a lot of people who aren't on Facebook. So that's not the be all and end all to promotion. Hanging something at the post office is also not the be all and end all. Not everyone in town has a PO box. So I just keep thinking of ways that we might be able to better get the word out.
Well, if you did a newsletter, it wouldn't be the same as Facebook, they have to go somewhere to see the newsletter.
No, it would be emailed to them.
If you,
They could sign up it'd be a way for them to sign up for a link, but those are not the only places. When we have big events, last for the Pet Palooza, Kathy Klim went and passed it around to every business downtown. It's posted on Facebook, it's posted at the post office, it's posted on the website under events. We have people that pass out flyers constantly. I didn't advertise Pet Palooza because I don't want to make it a countywide event. I do plan to advertise National Night Out and get the word out on that. A newsletter would take time, and somebody would need to provide the content.
I think Valerie's volunteered to do that before.
Valerie has spoken about it, but no efforts have been made to do anything, so. I'm not against a newsletter, I
Yeah,
think it
Mr.
would be
Miles,
a
if you
great
want to talk to
idea.
Valerie,
I
that'd be
think a
great.
great idea, but somebody needs
Right.
to coordinate it, somebody needs to gather the articles.
Okay, I'll talk to Valerie again and see what she might be interested in actually doing,
That'd be great.
okay? And then.
Thank you for that.
My final thing is I just want to give a real quick a recap about the whole movies thing. So again, Valerie suggested Depoe do a movies program. She mentioned that to me. I reached out to Kim, said, I hear that there's talk about movies. Kim said, yes. Please, you know, if you're interested, please turn in your application to the commission, and that's when I did. So we all know what's happened since then, but the one thing that I really want to speak to today is the meeting, and I wish Kim
Yeah,
was.
Loretta, can you wait for Kim to?
Yeah, I want.
Grace us with her presence.
Yeah, I want Kim to be here when so maybe if somebody else has something they want to talk
I'm
about.
not sure if there's a recording going on, but I'd like to say that the city administrator just left the room, and the one waits for her to return to resume the conversation. Is add that to the notes.
Oh, no. Yeah, we can wait on that. We'll wait till 1 o'clock. And I do have to work.
Sure is a beautiful day out.
It's gorgeous.
So I just realized that my house's fan doesn't work, because I never use it.
It's hot, is that what you said?
No, my house fan, the ceiling fan, because I never use it, and then today I needed it.
Or ceiling fan in our firm, it hasn't turned off for almost 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's not true, they had to take it down to when they painted the ceiling, but that's the only time it's ever off.
Year round,
Say again?
year round?
Year round.
You can see anything? I mean,
Yes.
I never have to circulation.
It's perfect and it helps for, we're right on the beach, so we get so much moisture in our house.
Oh, I do
We have humidifiers everywhere, and if you don't have, every fan that we have in our house has been going on for years. The bathroom fans, every one of them, we never turn
I
on,
don't care what they say.
because of the moisture. And it keeps the mold and mildew down.
Oh, I see.
If that air is moving, then you're not gonna have
Right.
it so much.
Makes
There
sense.
it is.
Suzanne was waiting for you to get back. She's
Oh, I'm
coming.
sorry, Suzanne,
I'm not Suzanne, Loretta.
is this on a recap of the movies?
Yes.
I do not want to listen to it, we've already heard it before.
Okay.
No, you have not heard this. My concern is, a meeting where, the new city guy was here and talked about doing a movie screen. Some of us felt like it didn't need, or a TV screen, some of us felt like it didn't need to be either or. At that point, I said, someone still needs to book movies. Kim said, no, we don't. And I started to say, yes, we do. Kim cut me off and said, we don't.
I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Okay, then I
I'm
would
not
like to
sitting
submit
listening
to you the legal documents from Netflix saying that what you were planning to do cannot legally
I
be
was
done.
not planning on doing anything. I was happy to rent movies.
Right.
Others seem to think
You
you
were
didn't
not
have
going
to
to
do it.
rent movies. You
I
wanted-
don't want to do this and do he said, she
Yeah,
said.
we're not gonna go back and forth. And as far as the screen itself, it was offered by the city to purchase the screen a few times that was donated, and
And
that,
I'm still happy to purchase the
Right.
screen.
so we're just, there's no reason.
Or return it, or give it back,
Like I
whatever
said,
you want to do.
if you wanna submit something, that's great. There's no
Welcome.
reason,
I will
no
submit
reason to
this.
rehash anything else. It's
All right.
just gonna bring this kind of, discord. We don't need to do that.
It wasn't my intention to bring discord. It was my intention to point out that
You're
downloading movies
Right,
from Netflix and projecting them to the public is illegal.
okay,
That was not my idea, and I just wanna leave it there.
okay,
I don't know
let's
whose idea
move
was
on. Any
that.
other comments from anybody? Because we're not gonna rehash this.
Okay, so, concerning the park, the city park, there's any progress with that path that is a little?
Yes, I reported before you came in that they widened it, I don't.
Awesome, I did not. check.
Yeah, they widened it shortly after, we got this from Robert's friend.
Okay.
And then
nice.
we got your pictures,
Yeah.
and I talked to him about it, and, Forrest, one of our new guys, they went down and they widened it quite big. I don't know if they
Right,
shored up the side, I'll check on that, but they widened
Okay,
it.
awesome.
Looks real, in fact, the whole trail needed to be widened,
yeah,
so they widened the whole
That's
trail,
awesome. Because
so,
I was walking yesterday, but I did not dare to go there.
yeah.
So,
Yeah. That was a thank you, I
Goodness.
appreciated that, because I think a lot of times that side is neglected. So it was a good reminder that it needs not to be
this was my
neglected.
83-year-old friend who's on the Parks Committee in Lincoln City who loves our trails. And she goes everywhere once a week, I can't keep up with her. God bless her. She goes everywhere, and when she pointed that out, I said, go let Kim know. And I'm glad to get the work done that quickly, thank you for that.
Yeah, I always say, if I don't know there's something that needs to be fixed, I can't fix it, cause I cannot be everywhere, so. It would be better if our parks folks would keep an eye on that, our maintenance folks, and our new guys know this now, we got two, our maintenance folks, so. Now that they know, they will pay attention to it,
Perfect.
but please,
Yeah,
if you
anything like
guys
that,
are.
bring it up, that's perfect.
Yeah, if you guys are using things and you see these things, please bring them up. I'm happy to, take a look at, in fact, I learned of something yesterday and I'm like, okay, they need to stop doing that, so. These are just, it's hard to be everywhere all the time
But it's
sometimes.
happening, so it's
That's
good.
why I rely on people to tell me
Right.
stuff.
Not all of us hike those trails, so that's why everybody else that does it.
Yeah, I
pointed it out.
don't, my body, my knees won't allow me.
Anybody else have anything to say regarding the bridges or anything such? If not, with that, we will see you next at the National Night Out. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you very much.
Who do I submit this to, Barbara?
You give it to me and we'll put it in the record for the meeting. That's how I'll give it to you and she'll put it in the record.
The second page is your records on the Netflix executive. There is
Just wanna get,
Netflix terms, and
when
this
it's
is from the
closing
national.
Well, since we're not doing the movies, I think we're okay with this.
And,
But-
I really
but,
feel-
yeah, I never,
in
yeah,
What's
I
going on
never said
24th,
that,
but maybe a
so,
little
I know, I think I know
think
you
it's
said
going
it,
to
but I never did.
rebuild that road. It's like stunning.
I apologize
Such a
for
beautiful
that,
home.
I thought it was you.
No,
And
it
it,
was not me and he's wrong. I knew he was
297.
wrong. And I told him afterwards, he didn't do that, we weren't going to do that.
Even at the.
It's like, treat it like YouTube, and I'm like, no.
Even at the last meeting,
You're gonna,